Alexei Gordin is in front of me. Alexei, how you can describe yourself?
Well, I'm an artist who have produced this exhibition. I consider myself as an artist, explorer, and a good person.
Do you have proof?
Yeah, ask other people.
Where do you dig your ideas?
Well, it's from everywhere. I have quite active lifestyle. I'm all the time on the way. I'm all the time moving. I'm searching for something new. I'm like traveling a lot, meeting a lot of new people, and of course, I'm observing all the time. It's very important to me to look around, to make some notes, also like in my head. Sometimes there is a lot of interesting things that basically combine in my head in something new. It's like collecting some ideas, very opposite ideas, and then uniting them under the same roof, so the new meaning would be born.
You concentrate on phrases you're writing on walls or some spaces. It looks like meme style, or even became new memes.
Well, I cannot say it's intentional. I think it's all started like from the point when I was like really tired of creating my paintings, because they were like super time consuming and super detailed, and it was super tiring to make them. And I decided to create something easy, something fast, something very punky, junky. More than 10 years ago, I was tagging in the cityscape. I'm not so punk anymore. Like, I decided to write inside the abandoned buildings. And it also brings this weird elitist feeling about exclusivity, that it's only you who see them in abandoned house, but not the whole street. It's our culture. It's a text and a picture. Memes are not quite old, but already we cannot really describe reality without using memes. I was always, all my life, actually writing texts on my pictures, and I somehow became like ambassador of this tendency in contemporary art without my own decision somehow. I take it from somewhere else and I bring it in the context of art gallery, like why not? Actually, everything can be art if artists say so. Of course, like if we consider memes only as like online funny stuff, maybe it cannot considered as art. But if we take memes and put them in the gallery context, and then we apply some another meaning, like when we look at the memes scientifically, and then through this scientific research we produce something else, something new, then of course it's art.
Like you leave signs on walls, you destroyed your artwork. It looks like you are hidden Banksy maybe. How do you feel connection with his ideas?
Well, to be honest, I'm not big fan of Banksy. If we speak about this broken artwork, it was not about Banksy, it was just about the materiality. And when I was producing these concrete photos, I just learned to create this process, and of course there were some bad ones. I decided, okay, why to throw them away or keep them? I destroy it, and then the viewer can see the materiality. Not all people realize it's a concrete. They see just a photo on the wall. They are interested what kind of material it is. When they see the destroyed one, they see, aha, that's a photo on concrete.
No Banksy, but maybe any other artist who you follow who is involved as well in meme art?
Well, maybe I can point one artist. Actually, it's a tricky question, because nowadays we don't really follow some particular artist. We're just following some people in Instagram, and sometimes following the artworks of one particular guy, and then you get tired of it, and then you follow somebody else. With me, it's really problematic. I'm very, very, very bad with names. But one guy was even mentioned in one of my photos, Richie Culver, for example. It's like a really interesting story. He was like homeless guy. He was a drug addict, and what he was doing, he was squatting like abandoned houses because he has no place to live, and writing phrases on the walls. And in some point, he decided to change his life. He quit alcohol, he quit drugs to start like integrate back to society. He started to post his writings in the internet, and they became very popular. He became like an Instagram superstar just because of these writings. And then next step, he would just write his graffitis on the canvases and sell them as a pieces of art. And there was like a great success also about them. Big institutions and good galleries started to work with him. He was like recreating his phrases from abandoned buildings on the canvases, big attention from collectors. And in some point, he also made this funny decision. He said that I'm too commercial, and now he switched to techno music immediately, like, and he don't do any visual art anymore. Really, really weird story, and I even made a homage to him in one of my paintings about Eva Elfie and Richie Culver.
I saw you created video performances about 10, maybe 15 years ago, and they looked like trash art. Nowadays, in this exhibition, I saw much more aesthetic. What was the point of transformation?
It's very simple. The point of transformation was becoming more skillful and also getting more foundation for your production. I was painting for 20 years, and of course now I just learned it. And sometimes in some of my works I even try to make it look not so perfect. In some point I need to, to stop myself from it. Like I'm doing like more and more deep into details, and then I'm like, stop it, please.
I don't see the rich artist here.
Well, because I'm not rich.
Do you have a plan?
Plans of becoming rich. If I had a plan of becoming rich, I would be already rich. People ask me like how to become a recognizable artist. Well, at least in my state, I'm more or less recognizable artist. Yeah, not worldwide, but like definitely in Estonia. I never had any strategy. I was just doing my art. And somehow people just started to pay attention, started to buy my work, who started to invite me to galleries. If I, for example, would be selected to Venice Biennale, more art museums would buy my work, more high-level collectors would be interested in my works. Of course, I will be like more rich. I'm not focusing on any business strategies, just doing my art, be just active, show your face everywhere.
Do you have next meme that you can share with us, not painted?
No, I will share it when it will be painted. Then you will see. I'm writing down my ideas constantly in my phone. I have a lot of phrases and ideas for new paintings.
What is the main target of your art?
Sharing the ideas. People with small ego, usually they don't become artists. Like artists are usually people with a big ego, so they need to show something, to people that, okay, I see something, I share it with you, we need to make a dialogue, involve other people into our personal world. Also, I think my art educates people. All art educates people. And if we speak about education, I think art exhibitions are the best way to educate yourself. Every time I go to big art biennales, I see so many of new information about different cultures, about different people, about different ideas, about problems that have people like in another side of the world.
Do you have a dream? What are you dreaming about?
Of course, it's like maybe traveling, because all the time I'm working on my projects, I'm painting. All the time I think like I have to escape somewhere. I don't need any clothes, I don't need any cars, I don't need any flats, I don't really need so many objects in my life. Maybe one flat would be nice, of course. But generally, it's not. I'm not dreaming about objects. I'm dreaming about experiences. The life is so short, and I didn't get many experiences that this life can bring. And traveling, one of them. And all the time, I'm painting in my studio alone. Many hours, I'm dreaming about escaping. I'm interested in possible way of widening my own reality. People usually they have walls and doors and they just jump from one door to another door. I'm dreaming about just destroying all the doors, about destroying all the walls, run naked somewhere in the nature to explore this world as much as I can. Unfortunately, very limited on time, like bodily, unfortunately.
What can be success for you?
Successful person is the person, I think, who lives his own life. So the problem of many people, they are living some another person's life. They work in the work they don't really like. They live their life with a partner they don't really like. It's not good for your health. I think success is when in some point that you realize that you live your own life and you are like calm with yourself about it. By 40, you look back and then you question yourself, was it really my life? Was it really like right people around me? Was it really the right job I was making whole life? And usually answer is no. But I think the true success is when you look back and you realize that you lived your own life. That was exactly your own and designed for you. And you designed it for yourself somehow. You managed to do it. It's very complicated in this world.
You can say about your life.
More or less, yes, more or less. Let's see, maybe when I'm 45, 50, then something will change. I would be like more critical.
Do you have any wall or space where you want to leave your mem sign? I don't know, White House, the moon.
No, I don't have this ambition. Some graffiti artists, they make their graffitis possibly like big, so they even risk their life. For me, it's very intimate process. I don't want to show them to everybody. I spend like hours at the abandoned space and I still don't find the right place for creating my graffiti. Sometimes I'm return like few times until I find the right place. It's like going to the dates with an abandoned space. I don't have any special places. Not moon, not White House.
Did you met some mystery?
Of course, there is something happens that you maybe cannot immediately scientifically understand. A couple of times I heard like water is running in the pipes, but the house was abandoned for many years, and if you open the crane, there was no water. I'm quite a logical person. I just think it's an imagination and everything have scientific explanation. I really believe that something supernatural exists, but we don't have scientific instruments to measure it. You know the saying that science killed magic. Now the science is not developed enough to kill the old magic we have, but it will.
Thank you very much.
Спасибо.